like things easy peasy. So when I need a few things, I go to Walgreens. Because schlepping my way through the grocery store when all I want is milk isn't my idea of a good time. Good thing Walgreens is just around the corner, so I can pop in for essentials like milk, paper towels, and toothpaste. Easiest errand ever. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Now with card, Bounty paper towels are $1.99 and Nice brand eggs are $1.49. Prices may vary.
Blog Talk Radio.
Everyone, and welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop. I'm Aeson Knight, and with me tonight is the lovely Miss Raine S Love. Thank you, darling, for coming in. I can smell that strong espresso you drink from Turkish. I swear it will knock you over.
Oh, yes,
so how are you, honey?
I'm awesome, but I'm drinking Vietnamese coffee tonight.
Oh, Vietnamese coffee. We're upgrading, are we?
Oh, is it good? And thank you, everybody, for joining us. And welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a lot of exciting things to talk about tonight.
We do. A lot of things have been going on. You know, me and you both have been working on private projects and, dealing with that. And, we've been bouncing around, but it looks like we're not the only ones bouncing around. It looks like the torch of the Olympics is being bounced around to Brazil. Now, it was quite interesting with this because, as you know, about 90 days or so, the torch has moved from one country to the next, and it's passed off by hand. And there was an issue with it. Raine, you want to go into this about the issue over Syrians?
Well, do you want to talk about the Syrians, or do you want to talk about the fact that, we might possibly be having the president impeached in the country at that time period?
Oh, no. Let's talk about the Syrians.
Well, first of all, okay, we've got the Syrians, okay, and really just did my heart good to read this, okay, because one of the people who got to hold the torch is a Syrian refugee who was wounded and an Olympic athlete and does not have one of his legs anymore and gets to hold the torch, but also gets to participate in the Olympics. I believe it's in the handicapped Olympics, a part of it, if I'm not correct. That actually touched my heart because I think there was somewhere around a number of 10 or 12 of them who actually got to participate in it. Touched my heart because I know that the Syrian refugees are such an issue, in different countries, including Brazil, okay?
Right.
And, a lot of these people are displaced. We have all this craziness going on. But just really brought it back to the human factor, with respect to this person who finds themselves in, coming from war-torn country or people coming from war-torn countries. They're displaced and they're getting to participate and the wonderment of that.
Right.
That
and,
really touched my heart.
Being reminded. But, there was a point within it where the torch had to go through a refugee camp. And the Syrians that were carrying it refused to go through the camp. Totally, completely refused. Nope, we won't go through there. We won't carry it through there. And so the migrant campers took the torch in Greece and carried it through the camp for the Syrians.
Yes.
You know, really, you won't go through a migrant camp of your own people. You know, it ain't like, asking them to go through a migrant camp of Mexicans or of Americans. It's your own people, Syria. Come on. Give me a break.
It's your own people and your own people who have been displaced. You know, I try to look at the positive of it all because I do think that it is positive that we get to have participants, in the Olympics. But I agree. But it also, has to make you wonder. Yeah.
It does. It has to make you wonder what they're doing, why they're doing it, and if this wasn't just another little stunt. Because Syria's been known to pull stunts before, trying to show that they're all friendly and nice, and we don't know why everybody's leaving and shutting the lights off as they leave the door. It's like, really, please, give me a break. Stand up and be a government, get control of your country, run out your terrorists, and run your country.
I would agree. I don't know if it's that simple, but I would agree.
Well, it's that simple, honey. It's like, here's an example. If it was America and we had terrorists here, we would be moving in and taking these people out. We have done this numerous of times. We take them out, we arrest them, we imprison them, we take over the warlords, we change the government. We did what we needed to.
Right.
It's that easy for Syria. It's that easy to say, okay, no more of this crap. We're going to get one government, we're going to get one army, and we're going to go in there and we're going to surround and take out all these people that are killing people, and we're going to reestablish the organization. Now they're just trying to, treat it like, oh, it's no big deal, but no, I won't go through there. Oh, I can't run through there. Come on, it's the Olympics. It's when the world pulls together. These are stunts we saw from Germany in the 40s.
Right. But something, I mean, if you want to think about it, and I'm not trying to, although I am proud to be an American, I'm not trying to, compass that. But, any of the times, like when you had the Boston Marathon, when you had 9/11 and some of the other attacks that we've had, what do Americans do when this happens? Hon, we band together.
Right.
We band together and we get strong.
Right. And we get stronger.
It has to make you think about the mindset with respect to, people who come from these countries. Also the mindset, you have to also think, could that perhaps have something to do with it? Again, I have absolute compassion for these people and what they're going through. But you have to think about the mindset of coming from countries where you do not have freedom. You feel powerless. And so, again, that's a different mindset than I do believe that Americans and perhaps other countries who think like we do. The French, for example, I think they're definitely standing up for themselves.
Oh, they're doing more than standing up for themselves. They've already arrested everybody that attacked and are moving in to take out other threats. They don't play with this. Granted, the French, they don't have a lot of the freedoms we do, but they don't play with this anymore. They went through World War I and World War II, and they're like, oh, no, we ain't having this crap no more. We will shut you down and take you over.
Yeah.
And personally, I wouldn't mind that. Do I really need to own an M16? Do I really need to own an assault rifle? Do I need to own something that was designed for the military? No.
Right.
I don't need to own that. Do I need to own my shotguns and my pistols and my hunting rifles and all that? You betcha, because I got deer to hunt, invaders to destroy, and burglars to attack. Sounds perfectly fine to me.
And by the way, I make the best venison stroganoff, so keep that in mind, okay?
Oh, I will, honey.
Yeah.
Now, we did get some good news. It looks by 2018 we will be on Mars. Like we haven't been there before, but what's your thoughts on this? Because it isn't a governmental project.
Well, first of all, it has to be done, but it makes me think about, and I think that I had looked at this information a couple of years ago, where you have private companies, private people who are, going and doing the technology and what it takes to get us there. Well, sometimes you get more from privatization, than you do from the government, although the government is supporting them.
Yes and no.
They did say something to the effect that, well, supporting, I mean giving them money.
Right. They're giving them money because they want technology.
Right.
That's what they're wanting, is that technology that they can't get because they don't have the funding to do it. But they can hire somebody to make the technology for them. This is because we gutted Kennedy's NASA. We've gutted it as the American government has gutted it. And I think that that's a real shame, because NASA used to be the hottest thing, take me to the moon. We were going to be there. We were going to have air bases there. We were going to have, everything. And then we came in and we went, oh, no, not really. We don't really need to be there. Let's just go ahead and end this program. Let's start the baloney. I'm so glad this gentleman from SpaceX is taking over and going, oh, we're going to the moon.
Right. And I believe, according to what I read about it, initially they wouldn't be having people,
right.
Which is probably a smart idea. They have to get some more testing done with respect to could we even be there, It is sad the changes that we have made with respect to, taking, away from, NASA and so forth, because I do think that in the long run we will regret it. I kind of miss.
I think we're regretting it now, honey. I mean, because we're paying. I think we're regretting it now because we're paying almost like $50 million to Russia for our astronauts to participate in the International Space Program to hitch a ride, and that's an expensive taxi. We've got a company here in the U.S. that can do it. They've already done it twice. And now they're taking over and going, oh, we're going to Mars, and we're going to form a space station there. So I think that it's great that we've got independent people doing this, and I think that we need to support this Dragon mission, and I think it'll be successful. And then the next thing will be the second animal to Mars, and most likely they will send a chimp like they did to the moon and then return him, and then they will take off and do the humans.
Correct. Absolutely. Again, as we all know, often, advanced technology, actually not often, absolutely advanced technology comes from, private people, private corporations, private entities. It is something we need to pay attention to because, again, with the stresses, with regard to our relationship with Russia, why are we giving them $50 billion?
Because we're having to hitchhike on their spaceship instead of having our own and running our program our own and maintaining our own International Space Station, because we Americans built most of that spaceship. Most of that space station was built in Detroit.
Right.
It wasn't built in France. It wasn't built in China. It was American-made, and now it's up there, and everybody is using it and studying things and studying effects. But we can't get to it anymore because, I don't know, we don't have the funding. Let's look at running a war in Afghanistan instead of funding a space station to expand and colonize and grow and build, because guess what? We're at what now? 20 billion people? What's the current population depending on the day? We're not always going to be able to hold everybody here if everybody keeps having fun.
This is true. I guess I never thought about it like that.
Okay, so that means we're going to have to expand. There is going to have to be expansion somewhere. And it's either going underground, undersea, or in space. And I'll take in space any day.
Yeah. But, here's the other thing, okay? Aside from that, the invaluable information, okay, that we have been able to get a hold of and know and understand about our universe, okay, that's invaluable. The Earth isn't flat anymore,
Right. It won't be flat. It's not flat. It's round. And we're no longer one little country or one little group of countries over here in this corner of this big flat plane going, oh, we're the only thing God ever made. No, sorry. You're wrong again. There's all these other countries that you have to deal with.
Absolutely. Yeah. They'll get it straight someday.
Yeah, eventually we'll get caught up with the mindset that the Europeans have. Which, by the way, if you guys wonder, we don't listen to American news because it's crappy. It's filled with, stories about, I don't know, loudmouths on TV, what latest star has shaved her head, lemonade, which I haven't even figured out what lemonade is. We listen to BBC and the German news networks to get your information for Hot Topics because we really don't care who has a bad toupee this week.
Well, and it's interesting because, some of the stuff you listen to, it's like, wow, okay.
Exactly. It's not news.
Yeah. What isn't news, but what is going to be changing our lives drastically here in the next month is tomorrow. We have the beginning of Mercury in retrograde.
Oh, Lord. Prep for now. Storm the bases.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely.
And that's with Mars in retrograde.
Absolutely.
Mars is in retrograde. There's going to be like 5 planets in retrograde, so everything is just messed up. Yeah.
But, I don't know about you, but after a while you start taking a different vantage, a different look at this and say, okay, what can I do with this time period to try to redo things and get things into a different, kind of redo things and look at my life a little bit differently. Where can I make changes?
Mm-hmm. And where can I restart and what needs to be restarted in general? And that comes upon all of us. We all get to that point where life has gotten to be too dang much. Either a relationship has ended, a career has ended, friendships have ended. Basically, your world goes up on tilt-a-squirrel, and round she goes. Where she stops, only heaven knows. And you have to hit that restart button and start recreating your life. And recreating it in the way you want it because it's your life.
But, also if you think about it, and I know that this is going to really tie into our topic here in a few minutes, things go on a tilt-a-whirl, as you put it, okay? If we didn't have to get to those points where we have to sit there and evaluate, and do a restart, okay, we need to progress. We're spiritual beings who are here to progress forward on our life path. Well, if things are all okay and status quo, although I do know that there are some people who tend to stay that way in spite of everything, okay, we wouldn't be progressing. We aren't here just to hang out and watch TV all day long. We are here to progress as spiritual beings, to work out past karma, to work through things in this life, to put ourselves in a better place so that we can move forward, not just in this life, but going forward in the future as well.
Right. And we're here to grow, to build, to achieve, to take on new things, to really go, I don't like this. I'm changing it. I'm changing it to this. And that's different than reoccupying a failure. Reoccupying a failure means you pick it up, you put the pieces back together the best you can, kind of like when you broke your mother's vase. You get out that super glue and you glue it together, or maybe you were even poorer and you had to get the canned milk. Both of those work. And you patch it back together the best you can and you keep on moving with it. That's not what we're talking about tonight. Tonight we're talking about restarting it, going, you know what, I'm going to go buy her a new vase. I'm going to go and form myself a new life. We see a lot of people doing this during that second Saturn return in life, but we also see it when major events happen, divorces, deaths, career endings movements, career-changing movements is when you have to hit that restart and go, oh, Lord, let's start this all over.
Yeah. And, sometimes it's thrown upon us. Although I am a firm believer that we always begin to start to get some hint, even
right.
when it comes to a job ending or something. At least I always have. I start getting hints like a couple of years ahead of time, like, okay, it's time to start prepping, But,
right.
for some reason,
and you start getting those little messages, I call them ticker tapes, when it's like, I ain't going to do this again. I ain't in the mood to do this again. I ain't having this conversation again. I ain't fixing this again. I ain't changing this again. And you go through an emotional withdrawal, and you start pulling yourself back from people. That's your guides, your lymphatic brain, your psyche mind going, hello, get ready, because the next curve is actually a totally different route. Your GPS is changing.
Yeah. And you know what? You do find that as you go through that process and you begin to get to the other side, okay, when something ends, something better is coming in. Something better for you is coming in. That's not always so easy when you're going through it.
Right. It's not always easy. It's not always comfortable. Sometimes it feels like you're taking 3 steps forward and 4 steps back, but that's a lot of times when you're holding on to the old mindset of things.
Right.
And you've got to really leave that old mindset of, well, this is how I've always done it. We have meatloaf on Tuesdays. Girl, have pizza on Tuesdays. Don't sit there and make meatloaf for 3 hours after working 14. Change that. Change the way you are, because it doesn't fit anymore. And I see a lot of people running around here trying to fit their lives, and it reminds me of those little Chinese women. We probably don't see many of them now, but there's little Chinese women that used to have those little tiny shoes that may be the size of an iPhone. And their feet had been bound, and, they're all tied up in their emotions, and they're all tied up to everything, and they're trying to fit it into this little shoe.
Right.
Right. And then really being able to get real shoes that fit. And it's like, oh, I can take a breath. I can breathe for a moment.
Yeah. We get so caught up in being bound in those habits, and those things that are controlling our life. And whether it's our job, it's our family, the people we're associating with. And I'm not saying go and just, if you're going through changes, just go get rid of everybody in your life. Sometimes, yes, you do need to reevaluate relationships. It's the same thing with jobs and relationships.
Jobs come with relationships. There's some people like you, honey. Me and you have worked together for 15 years. Do you realize that? 15 years. And then there's other people that, we started this in 2008, and we knew each other and worked with each other 6 years before that.
Has it been that long? Wow.
Yeah, we've been rocking that long. But, we have a continual working relationship. Now, tomorrow if I wake up and go, you know what, I'm done with this. Spirit really says I need to, go open a restaurant that, serves tea and crumpets at noon. And I walk away from this, we wouldn't have that same working relationship. And sometimes that's hard to go, I love you, Raine Love, but you don't fit into my shoe anymore.
Exactly. Don't worry, everybody. He's not going
anywhere. We're not going anywhere. Yeah.
Just thought I'd make it. You really don't want to scare everybody off, okay?
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. I'm not opening up a restaurant tomorrow, I promise you.
Yeah, but he is going to fix me some venison, okay?
Of course, after I go shoot it, honey.
Yeah, but the important thing is when you begin to get those inklings, if you will, okay, and I do believe that we all get them. Yes, sometimes we can be blindsided. As for me, a month and a half ago, I was blindsided with a little accident. It was not fun. Really threw me off, okay? Threw me off physically and to some degree medically, okay? We don't always know that it's going to happen. But I do believe that, again, when it comes to major life changes, most of the time we usually do get warnings.
Right.
I.e., like jobs. I.e., like, okay, my marriage isn't working, or something. okay? And when we do have, the privilege of getting those messages, pay attention, because it means that life is going to start preparing you to get ready for that change, start preparing you to kind of get all your eggs together, because something new is coming in. What are you going to do with it?
How are you going to deal with it?
Exactly.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is just walk away. Come above everything and walk away. And that takes you a breath and some planning. The next thing you want to do is figure out your resources. When I say resources, I'm not talking how much money you have and how much milk you have and how many cookies you got saved up in the back of the house that you're hiding from everybody. You want to count your resources as your personal traits. Then you want to sit and list out your bucket list. What do you want to do? Do you want to live in New York? Do you want to go live on the top of a mountain and wait for people to crawl up to ask you questions? What do you want to go do? Because when you're at this point of restart, you can restart everything that isn't bloodly related that requires your support. Sometimes you have to drag them along, but they get to come along for the ride anyhow. So,
and it's interesting, yeah, exactly. And I know you, Aeson, and myself as well, but I know that you've had to do a couple of restarts in your life.
Oh, yeah. My recent article... my recent article on, and I won't have any next month just because it's been too busy, but on the Magic Cabins, one of our radio networks here, they have a magazine, and, I talk about the adventure of becoming a professional psychic, and, people always get confused about when I say professional psychic versus a psychic. Well, you can be a psychic and not be professional and not have to have, tax ID numbers and pay the phone company half your arm and two of your legs a month. But I talk about, literally restarting my life completely from square one.
Right.
And some of those struggles I went through.
In fact, both of us had completely different careers.
Oh, yeah. I used to be a nurse. I was set to work in geriatrics and, totally, I substituted in the ER and loved that thumpa. But, I used to be a medical nurse. You used to be an English teacher, wasn't it?
No, I was not an English teacher. I was an economics, political science, American government teacher.
Oh,
Sometimes they throw something else in there on me. Like, you teach math too?
Economics, math. You should know. You'd be able to read that. So. We never set out for this, but we've done that restart. Now what the hell am I going to do? Oh, that's what you want me to do, Spirit. Okay, I thought you wanted to wanted me to go and work in the ER or go and do ICU. Oh, you want me to be a psychic. That's why I can't lift anything over a coffee cup for the next 6 months. And, you slowly gain that 2 steps forward, 2 steps back thing, and it feels like and people get upset about that. When you're restarting things, people get upset that, you are going 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but you do it all the time on Friday night. You go dancing. Well, let me rephrase that. Those that go ballroom dancing, since we have to clarify what dancing is considered nowadays after some of the things I've seen on YouTube, ballroom dancing. If you're waltzing, you do that 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, shuffle, 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 1, 2, 1, 2.
Right.
So, we're just reflective of that in our life. So, that's something that you should get up and do when you're having to go through a reset, is get up and go dancing. Doesn't matter if it's in your bedroom.
Yeah, I'm not doing much dancing lately, although I do have to tell you yesterday in the afternoon, because every once in a while I still try to use my arms because I'm still a little wounded here. Just kind of shake it up a little bit, see if there's something there,
Mm-hmm.
All of us, I believe, have moments in our life where we're going to restart. Sometimes it's with resistance, and sometimes it's, I'm ready to go in a different direction here. And you don't necessarily have to leave everybody in your life when you go in that different direction. It's like you were talking earlier where, sometimes you have to just give up everything.
Mhm.
Well, it kind of depends. It is. In your particular case, and I'm sorry if I'm using you as an example, but you found
use me an
yourself in a
example,
position
honey.
where physically you were unable to do the nursing.
Yeah.
So you had
the
no
career
choice.
was over in a career that I had built in 7 years was over in less than 3 hours of an emergency room.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah, exactly. Now what? Now I have to redefine my life. Now, going back to things that we bring with us from our past lives, so to speak, and I'm talking about our present life. It could include past lives, but we don't need to go there. Okay. You know, our experiences. Okay, what was one of the things that you had from nursing? You had intuitive energy, and you had healing. You're a healer. Okay, the same thing with me with teaching. There's a lot of intuitive, empathic, and even on a different level, healing skills that I brought from my old life, so to speak, my old job. You know,
and you know,
from that job.
Looking at our reading styles, we can see reflections of our past lives. And here's why. When you read, you're the type to give them tools, you give them answers and guidance, but you always make sure to educate and train. Me, I treat it like an ER visit, honey. Get you in there, get you passed out, hand you your medication, a.k.a. answers, and get you out the door.
You are so right. I never thought about it like that, but you are so right. You know, I'm going to look at it and say, okay, this is what I see coming. However, this is how we can get through this.
And I'm like, this is what I see coming. Take an exit on the left, dump his ass, and go for the cutie in 3 months. Darling? Rainey? All right, Blog Talk, what are you doing?
I'm here.
Okay. Just checking because it sounded like you dropped out. So, guys, we want to hear about your steps to restarting your life. Maybe you've had careers, which, by the way, in our research we found that now it used to be you might have two career lives, maybe 3. 20 years ago, now the millennials are likely to have 5 totally separate, unconnected careers. Yeah. So everybody's going to be getting into this thing. Let's go to break. When we come back, we're going to be taking your questions. And if you guys want to share with us some of your recreations or your reunion things, let's go for it, all right? Okay.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and theshelterpetproject.org.
Do you have burning questions you need answered? We all do. Visit our website at psychic.biz, where you can find accurate psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers from around the world who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can have your questions answered anonymously and right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The introductory chat is always free, and we offer low per-minute rates and special promotions. Our online psychics offer helpful, practical guidance into what matters most to you. Visit us today at psychic.biz.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Okay, welcome back. So we're going to start taking your calls. Rainey, tell them how we do this.
Okay, welcome, by the way, everybody. First of all, when you call in, we would like to know your name, and we need to know your birth date. Reason for this is we have to make sure that we can legally talk to you, okay? Also, remember, we also want to hear about maybe some different life changes that you've made, too. So please include that when you call in, okay? Let's go ahead and take our first caller.
All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Area code 813. You're on the air.
Hello. This is my first time calling. How you all doing?
Doing good, honey.
That's good.
Wonderful.
So what am I supposed to do? I'm sorry. I didn't really listen.
We need your name, your birthday, and your question.
Okay. My name is Nicole. And my birthday is July 23rd, 1984. And I just want to see what you see coming up for me.
Honey, that's a general reading, and it really takes us a long bit. Do you have a specific one?
Okay, yes, I do. I just want to see what you see in relationships.
Okay. I'm going to give you what I get.
Okay.
I feel right now you're going through a lot of changes within relationships. I do feel you picking up and looking at your goals. It looks to me like it'll be probably 5 weeks before you step up or get into a settled position. Meaning if you're in a relationship, you're going to get settled into comfort. If you're not in a relationship, you're going to be stepping up into one. Okay?
Yes. I am talking to a guy right now, but I am going the change you said. I am going through a divorce right now.
Right.
But I am talking to another guy that I've known for 2 years. So we're kind of in a relationship right now.
Yep. So you're going to be stepping up into that settled position and just being done with him.
Is he the one for me, or?
It looks to be because it goes long term, honey.
Okay, that's good. So he's the one I'm supposed to be with.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's interesting that you said you were going through a divorce, because one of the first things I got from you is the past, the past, the past. And this is probably what Aeson was picking up. Okay, getting things ironed out, getting things settled, okay, working through things, working through the past.
Okay. So is that past me with my husband or this new relationship?
Definitely with your husband and the history there.
Yeah, being done with that and moving forward.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, he's got somebody and I got somebody now.
All right.
So
so just close the chapter, walk forward, don't be scared about it, and you'll do really fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say this is definitely one of those life-changing moments, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it's my first divorce.
Yeah, honey, I promise you, it'll probably be your last one. As long as you go in with full communication and keep it communicating, you'll do fine.
Okay.
Okay?
I hope so. Thank you.
All right, hon. You have a lovely evening. All
Yeah,
right.
Bye-bye, Nicole.
So we're going to move to 484. 484, you're on the air.
Hello, 484.
Hello?
Hello, who are we speaking with tonight? What's your name and birthday?
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. This is Sonia. My birthday is February 15, 1970.
Hello, Sonia. And how may we help you tonight? What question do you have?
I have a business-related question.
Right.
I have a real estate investment property that I have it up for sale. I recently switched hands with a very good realtor company in the area, and they have a very good track record. I've had 4 showings so far since I've listed with them, but no offer yet. And I wanted to see what you guys are picking up as far as the sale or getting any offer sometime soon.
Yeah, actually, it looks to me like this is something, okay, getting the number 4, it looks to me like somewhere around 4 weeks, around a month.
Okay, you mean for an offer?
Yeah, for the sale.
Offer, selling this, leading
for
to
the
a
sale, for the offer and the sale?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So probably, I don't know, sometime in May.
It looks to me like it's probably more closer to the end of May, which is actually really kind of better for you for the mere reason that we got Mercury in retrograde. You don't want to be signing any contracts here till at least the 22nd. But it does look to me like it's more, we're at the end of the month. I'm getting around 4 weeks. So it tells me probably most likely the end of May.
Oh, you see for the sale. So, like, you see by when I'll be getting the offer, actually?
That's what I'm talking about right there.
By the end of May? Okay. So you think it's
about the end of May.
Okay, so you think it's one of the showings that I already have, the 4 showings, or is it going to be somebody new?
I'm not getting who it is, I'll be honest. I'm just being told when it will sell.
Oh, okay. And as far as pricing, am I going to get pretty close to my asking price?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right, darling. We're going to move on to the next one. You are going to do awesome in this real estate sale, okay? All right. Our next one is at 9-1.
Don't forget, we want to hear about life changes, got everybody.
916, you're on the air.
916.
Hi, Raine and Aeson. My name is Wendy, July 6, 1951.
Well, hello, Miss Wendy. You're from my original neck of the woods.
That's nice.
Well, welcome, Wendy.
Oh, my goodness. I lost half a tooth about 3 hours ago.
You what?
I lost half of a tooth 3 hours ago.
Okay.
Ow, is what I have to say. I mean, I feel like they're going to be able to fix it, though.
You mean a crown?
Yeah, kind of like a crown, but it's kind of like they go in there and bondo it and fix it.
Oh, Aeson, I love you. That's what I was hoping you'd say. And I take paratransit, so it's too late for me to schedule for tomorrow. But I found an office on the internet. It's Dr. Michael Atherley on Pebble Beach Drive. They sound like a really nice office, free sedation. I don't know if they're Delta Dental or not, but I'm afraid of what they're going to tell me because I have not been to a dentist for about 8 years at least.
They're going to take care of the problem, tell you need a cleaning, and, just find a few other issues that need to be looked at.
But I'll be okay?
You'll be okay. Drink some milk.
And drink some milk?
Yeah, it'll calm that nerve down.
Okay. There's some in the fridge. And guess what? I was going to discontinue my my premium for $165 for insurance through that bank. I wasn't going to pay it next month because I have it through my other plan that I have to the vision insurance company. But I'm going to see what the dentist tells me, because if I need a lot, then maybe I should pay one more month and coordinate both plans. You know what I'm saying?
I would. I'd coordinate everything you can, honey, because you've been paying for it. You need to get the investment out of it.
Absolutely.
And you know
here's
what?
the other thing, specifically about California. I don't know about other states, but specifically about California. They are really good, and ask for it, obviously, about lining up and saying, okay, this is where we need to go, this is what we need to do, this is what your insurance is going to cover, let's work out a plan, and they'll work it out with you for a few months. And you know what's coming up.
Thank you. And I've never seen Dr. Michael Atherley, but I hope that he's a good choice.
I feel the office is a good choice. You may work with one of his associates, but they'll do good work.
And guess what? I applied for, I have a interview this coming Monday at 10 with TRICARE. And it's unusual through a temp agency because they're paying a little bit more, $16.50 an hour, which is rare through a temp agency, and 90 days contract, and then as long as your attendance is good and your performance is good, then they make you permanent.
Cool.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'd probably be more excited if it was Kaiser or Golden One Credit Union.
Well, I feel like you still have those options there, honey.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to drink some milk because you told me to, and
good.
And oh my Lord, I was hoping you would say crown. And you know what? The Lord works in mysterious ways, because if I start with this TRICARE job, I've got 1 month, and I could just jam up these visits 2 a week or 3 a week, and hopefully I'd be all completed by the beginning of June.
See, I don't think it's going to have to be that long. I'll be quite honest with you. It might be about 3 to 4 hours in the chair, and you're done.
Really? Well,
yeah.
What I'm scared because I haven't been to a dentist in about 8 years, and I've been neglectful.
Well, honey, that all happens, and you just work out.
Okay. Well,
okay.
The point is, if this had happened a month from now, then I wouldn't have that window of a month to get the work done.
Right.
And I also would not have had double insurance.
Right. So use it to your benefit, honey. See it as a sign, hey, don't do that until you get this taken care of.
Don't do what? I'm sorry?
Don't do that until you get this taken care of. See it as a sign for you to say, oh, I got to take care of myself before I do this.
Right. And do you think TRICARE will hire me on Monday?
I feel like that not on Monday, it may be Tuesday.
Okay. And will it be something just to get me by until I get hired where I'd be excited about, or will I fall in love with working there?
That'll be your choice, honey.
Will they like me and want to keep me?
I feel they'll like you and want to keep you.
Okay. Because I'm scared about keeping up with the class.
Right. You'll do fine. You'll do fine.
Well,
okay?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I do love you. So,
well, thank you, darling.
God bless you. Oh,
bless you, darling.
God, I really. Okay, thank you.
I know you do, honey. I can feel it.
I do. I'd give you a hug.
Well, energy hug back, honey.
Oh, that means a lot. Nice to meet you, Raine. God bless.
All right. So let's go on to 561. 561, you're on the air.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi. Who we got?
Hi. My name is Jay. I'm calling from Miami, Florida. My date of birth is March 30th, 1985.
And how can we help you, Jay?
Welcome.
Well, I just want to say that this show is kind of a confirmation of what I'm actually going through, which is a reboot in my life. It started a couple of months ago, and there was something you mentioned, I guess, one of the causes or the effects of a reboot when you get to a place where you're just not tolerant of certain conditions anymore. You know, you're kind of over it, you know, because you've been there. And then that's kind of been my general energy, you know, so to speak. And I wear more than one hat in terms of work. And so that's kind of been my thing, just all, you know, just being over it all and over certain situations and issues and certain people. And so it's really created an opportunity for me to kind of invest more of my energy and time in things that I prefer versus things that, you know, I don't necessarily prefer. So I just wanted to share that with you all because that's awesome. That was tonight's encouragement. That's confirmation.
And you know what I like about you, Jay? You're very detailed and you listen and you are right exactly where I'm at right now. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was just so spot on. The message has just been so spot on. But I'm wondering if you have any guidance right now in terms of my love life. I'm just kind of curious as to see if there's anything that might transpire with that.
Raine, why don't you take this one?
Well, okay. Here's what I see coming up with you with respect to love and romance, okay? You're very, very spiritual, okay?
Yeah.
There's some changes that you are moving on. Like you said, you're over it. You're getting beyond it. It's with those changes that the new relationship comes in, okay? Now, I know that's not a direct answer as to when, okay? But I do see this person coming in. It does look to me like this might be somewhere around midsummer, though. It's not quite yet. Not quite yet.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of time here, but that's okay because I think it's worth the wait because it's definitely related to the changes that you are consciously and actively making in your present, okay? So in order to get there, to bring this other person in, bring this energy in, comes in through those changes.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
My pleasure. I just like him.
Thank you so much. Thank you for tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
You just
have a great night, dear. Okay, we've got time for probably one more caller. Let's take 856.
856. Welcome.
Maybe. Here we go.
Birthday.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for taking my call. This is
You're
Laura.
welcome. Hi, Laura. How can we help you?
I made an offer on a house, and I lost to another bidder today, and I'm really disappointed about it. And I'm wondering if you see me getting another house on the lake in the near future.
Okay, let me take a look at this, Laura.
Thanks.
You know, I'm going to tell you, Laura, it feels to me like they come back to you, like something doesn't go well with this.
Do you really think so, Aeson? Because I'm really...
Yeah, honey, otherwise I wouldn't tell you. I don't like play games with that.
And I have to tell you, I agree with him because that's what I was getting as well. I just didn't speak up because I don't try not to interfere with Aeson's readings if at all possible.
Do you have any idea what goes wrong with it? I mean,
it's like they wrote a check they can't bank cash.
Really? Huh. But I don't understand how that happens because we have to get approved and everything, and you have to have your funds.
Right.
How does that
you can
all
get pre-approved, but sometimes you can't pull the financing together. For example, you tell them, oh, I've got $125,000 to put down on this house, so I only need approval for, say, $30,000 or $50,000, and then your car breaks down. So you have to go and repair your car, and then this happens and that happens. So you kind of tear yourself up, and before you know it, you ain't got that $125,000. Maybe you only have $100,000, and then you would lose the loan.
So, Aeson, when do you see this all coming back to me then?
It should be probably within I'd say 3 weeks.
Really?
Really. Now, this puts you in a benefit, though, okay? Because now you can go, oh, you like that offer, do you? Well, I kind of want to go down that offer maybe about $5,000, just for the stress of this.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
That would be great. Yeah.
Well,
Aeson, I really love
so
this
go in there
house.
and play hardball because they need to get rid of this house. They can't afford it. It's either they sell it or they turn it into, what's the word I'm looking for here, or have to do a short sale.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. So 3 more weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but I want you to look around. I want you to look at everything in that area and make sure that that's the one you want because you're going to be there for a very long time.
I know. Why? Are you picking up something bad about it?
No, I just think that there's additional places there.
I haven't found anything that I like as well, and I want 1 story. I don't want 2 story.
Right, but go and look because sometimes pictures aren't as descriptive as they should be.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds awesome.
Okay.
That sounds real good. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you
darling.
both. I appreciate
Have a
it.
wonderful
Thank you both.
evening.
You
too.
too.
Bye.
All right. Wow, Rainey, this show has flown by like normal.
Oh, yeah, the energy is off the charts, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Love it,
So,
love
what
it.
have you been doing? You know, what projects do you got running right now that you can share?
Oh, let me put it to you this way. I mean, you know, obviously I've been going through some physical challenges, but I'm getting beyond that. You know, moving away from old relationships, most specifically work relationships.
Oh.
No, I'm not talking about you, Aeson, okay?
You better not move away from me. I'll run you. I'll come and collect you. We've been together for too long.
In the middle of the night. Hello, how you doing? Thought I'd come by, do a little astroplaning here.
I just thought I'd come and aggravate that living Hades out of you because you didn't show up. What's wrong with you?
But just solidly moving away from old work relationships, walking away and bringing in new things that I've been trying to work on, beginning to do some reincorporation, and you know, just redefining my life and where I'm going.
Cool. You know, and that's happening a lot this year. Oh yeah. Well, you know, that's happened a lot this year. You know, I've now left 3 networks this year that it was just time for me to go, that I wasn't in the mood to play the little rat race game.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And, you know, you can find me over at psychic.biz where they give me everything I want. You know, they give me the chat. I can sit there and chat. If you book an appointment, I'll do a video reading with you there. You can actually see me, interact with my cards. You can even, you know, you've got phone ability there. You can call me. And they give me the ability to do email readings. So they've got everything there except for the hologram of me, and, you know, that probably won't occur for another 10 years. But do you really want me popping up in your living room going, really? You're really hating that much that you're acting that way?
It's a little scary, guys. You don't want them doing it, okay?
Yeah, you know, I've done it with Raine before, you know, when she's gone off to do something and it's like, oh, no, you need to come back to the show. Where are you? But that's astral traveling. I don't do that to clients normally unless they're in such big trouble. But anyway, guys, you guys can reach both of us and our other co-host, Sophia Light, and our guest co-host that fills in once in a while, and that's Rose Knight over at psychic.biz. And you know, they've got a nice special. If you deposit $15 and you use the coupon code COFFEE, they're going to give you 10 free. And if you're a new client over there, they're going to give you 5 free automatically. So that means you're going to be able to have $30 in your account, which is a 30-minute reading with me, for $15. So it's like a 50-50 cut, which is great. And
Absolutely.
You can reach Rainey over there. I think you're like $1.99. She's over there all the time. It's her schedule a while. And, you know, so things are just regrowing and rebuilding, and we'll be back next week, I think, with Sophia. I don't know. I'm still working out the schedule. And if not, then Rainey will be here with us. And until next week, have a great night, Raine, and good night, all.
Absolutely, and it was awesome. Blessings over everyone.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
Geico presents sharing versus oversharing. Earlier this week, Claire Tippins shared a princess nickname generator, 3 pictures of her dog wearing a tutu, and 2 online quizzes, including, what candy is your dream castle made of? Claire, your sharing has tipped the sugar scale and turned into oversharing. But have no fear, princess. Geico has something worth sharing with your internet kingdom, like how you could save hundreds on your car insurance just by visiting geico.com. No magic wand required. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.